Hey, good morning, it's V, 313V Gaming. I'm going to show you how to easily level your skills and No One Survived. So we're going to start with weapon crafting and work our way all the way down to medicine. Just a little disclaimer, I don't know of any way to get electrical 1 or tailoring 1 without first learning from a trader like B2 or E1 for tailoring, or B5 for electrical, or learning from one of the books. So you'll have to do that before you can learn level 2 through 5 for those specific skills. So each skill is going to be a different chapter in the video. All of the timestamps will be in the description box below. So if there's one specific skill that you're interested in, just click on the timestamp for that skill and it'll take you directly to that section. So the first skill on the list is weapon crafting. I'm going to show you what you can craft inside of the crafting table, which is the first table that you can unlock and build. And we have a lot of different options. All are going to take some combination of sticks and stones. The cheapest and the fastest option is going to be these wooden spears. They take 1 stick and they take 5 seconds to make, and we'll get our weapon crafting skill. If you have a lot of stones, or if you do a lot of base building or mining and you build out of stone or wood, you also have these options. You could build a stone axe or stone pickaxe, 1 stick, 2 stone, or 1 stick, 3 stone, and both will give you the weapon crafting experience that you need to level that skill. So as I said earlier, tailoring, you're going to need level 1 before you can build the first crafting bench, which is the loom. And you can learn that skill from the traders at B2 or in E1, or you could also learn it by finding the Tailoring 1 book. So the items in here do take a little while. 1 fabric is going to take 200 seconds, and 1 fine fabric is going to take 300 seconds. So these materials are pretty inexpensive though. 20 plant fiber for fabric, 10 plant fiber, and 5 cotton for fine fabric. So if this is what you're going to use to learn tailoring level 2, you could also read the book in your inventory. You can have it over here, right mouse button and use it while tailoring is happening in the background. Once that item is complete, you'll get your tailoring skill, and then you'll also be learning tailoring at the same time. A lot of the tailoring items do take quite a while to make in this bench, like I said. So if you can learn tailoring level 2 with books or from the trader after you learn tailoring 2 at the traders or from books, you could go with the sewing table. The options in here are a lot faster. We have these cloth bags that take 15 seconds and only 8 fabric. For something like these cloth bags, once you have them crafted, you can take them and put them in some kind of storage container, equip your small knife, and you can dismantle them. Now, depending on the level of your dexterity, that will depend on how many items you'll get back from dismantling. So it costs 8. I have dexterity 5, the highest level, so I get 7 back. So not the full materials, but pretty close. But then I can take these right back in here, and I can craft another one and get more tailoring experience. For engineering skill, building is going to be the only option for you to easily level. If you do the wood pieces, if you build a bunch of wooden foundations, you're going to get engineering experience for completing the build. So you place the blueprint, put in your 6 logs, and then you'll get your engineering experience. You'll also get experience from destroying the foundations as well. So destroying does not recover materials, but gives engineering experience. So you can make a bunch of these wooden foundations, then destroy them, and that will easily level up your engineering experience. Now this is a little bit, it's not necessarily expensive because trees are readily available, sticks and stones for stone axes are available, but it does take some time. Or if you just want to do it organically as you build your base and just take in the engineering experience as you go, that's also an option. Engineering levels needed for a lot of the other workbenches is no more than like 2 or 3. So building a simple base is going to get you to that level pretty quickly. For electrical, like I said earlier, you cannot, as far as I know, get level 1 from anything that you can craft before having the chemical lab, which is the first electrical bench. You're going to have to learn from this trader here in B5, or you'll have to find electrical level 1 and then read it, build the chemical lab, and then you can get electrical skill from fuel making. So you can get fuel by taking fuel out of the back of your vehicle. So small fuel bottles are pretty easy to find in lootable vehicles across the map. If you put any kind of fuel barrel type or fuel bottle type into a vehicle, you can hit take fuel and remove one small fuel bottle at a time, and these can be put back in, or you can take them over to your chemical lab. You put them in the storage of the chemical lab and you can create large fuel bottles. It's 3 of the small fuel. It takes 5 seconds. Or you can take 10 of them and make the fuel barrels. Now, if you're doing this for skill, I would go with the large fuel barrels because they only take 3. I can craft 4 of them now and get 4 times the skill learning versus 1 fuel barrel. And you can repeat this process. Just take these bottles back over to your car, put them in the back where you would normally put the fuel, use the take fuel button, get the small fuel bottles again, bring them back over, and then learn until your electrical skill is up. So you could place this right next to your vehicle and just switch it out until you get what level you need. For mechanical, there's a couple of cheap options. I would recommend going with planks or with stone arrows. Stone arrows are 1 stick, 1 stone, and your planks cost 1 log. So the logs take 20 seconds to turn into planks, and you're going to need them to craft your workbenches and everything else and your base and all of that anyway, so it's good to have a good stock. But if you do use the bow, stone arrows are really good crafting for mechanical skill. It's 1 stick, 1 stone. They take 4 seconds. If you want to go this route because it's faster and sticks and stones are easier for you to gather for how you play, then you can sell these at the traders, or you could take them and just stick them right in a garbage can and get rid of them if you'd like as well. For agriculture, you have one option that's available to you without needing any agriculture skill, and that is this cultivation box. At Agriculture 3, you can unlock the agriculture workbench. For the cultivation box, there is a way to learn agriculture, but you're going to need an excess of seeds. So I have these flax seeds. If you plant these, they will grow saplings. So I don't need them. I'm going to get agriculture skill by planting it, and then I'm going to uproot. I don't get my seeds back, and I don't get anything for uprooting, but I do get agriculture skill for planting them. Once I have agriculture level 3 and I build this agriculture workbench, the amount of items that I can craft and the time it takes to make them is different. So it depends on what you plan on doing. If you plan on having a lot of animals and you need a lot of feed, you could craft this. It takes 5 plant fibers for 60 seconds. Plant fiber is pretty easy to get. You could also make your fishing line. It's 20 plant fiber. It takes 4 seconds. Very easy. Fish bait. 2 rotten food takes 4 seconds. Even if you don't fish and you have a lot of rotten food and a lot of plant fiber, that's going to be your fastest route. Cotton is a large item when it's stored. So if you wanted to turn it all into seeds and then use those to plant in one of the cultivation boxes to get level 4 and 5, that would be a pretty good option. You could set all of these to make and then come back and plant them when you're ready to learn that skill. For cooking, you can use this campfire. It's available to you. You don't have to unlock it. It's under the outdoor tab of the building menu. It costs 1 stick and 6 stone to craft, and you just place it on the ground. You'll get a pot with your starter kit, or you can loot one at a house or a farm, or you can craft it with 2 iron ingots at the crafting table once you unlock it. But this is pretty simple. You just put 3 items at the top, hit cook. So we're going to make a fancy meal. We have bear meat and 2 medicinal herbs. This will give us meat with fine herbs. Got to put the fuel in down here though. Hit cook. So I've got my meat with fine herbs. So cooking the meat with fine herbs gave us 1 cooking raising skill proficiency. Cooking water gave us 3. So I'm going to put these 2 items up here and cook them. So even if we get a failed recipe, we should still get at least 1 more contribution to our cooking skill. I got 2 failed recipes for that, and 2 more levels to my cooking skill. For metallurgy, this is the furnace. This is the first one that you can unlock in the tech tree. There's a couple of different options for things that you could make in here. Once you have Metallurgy 1, you can unlock bricks and make those in here. Those cost 4 clay, 1 stone. They take 60 seconds. You can also mine any of the ore nodes out in the world and bring the ore back here and turn it into nuggets. So that's going to take 80 seconds for 1 ore to turn into a nugget. The cheapest option is going to be charcoal. It's 1 log for 3 charcoal, and these only take 30 seconds. So this is the standard, easy way that I think everyone would say they use to learn metallurgy without books or traders. And logs are pretty cheap for the most part. You just need a stick and 2 stones. You could cut a lot of trees down with that. So for medical, this is one that I would tie into tailoring. Having the ability to make fabric or get a lot of fabric is going to be very useful here. You don't need medical 1 to unlock this table, thankfully. You only need engineering 1 and you need 5 fabric. But this first item, medical plaster, this is one that you can also craft on player. When you craft it this way, out in the world, you're not going to get the experience that you will while doing it in the medical lab. But it takes 5 seconds and 1 fabric. And you can make tons of those. The different items up here take pretty simple things. So this first row is going to be what's unlocked right away for the most part. And 1 fabric, 5 seconds for medical plasters to level your medical skill is going to be the cheapest way to do it.